If you're a fighting game fan out there, Namco Bandai has got a great little addition for your PSP. It's Tekken 6, the latest installment in the hit franchise. Now, while it's not got as many features or looks as pretty as the console versions, you're still going to get a very nice package if you pick up the PSP version. The biggest lacking part is the fact that there is no online play. There's ad hoc mode that you can play, but unless you have a buddy that lives close by, and unless you both have the game and everything set up, you're not going to be able to play it much. Instead, what Tekken 6 really is a training tool for when you're on the go, so that when you learn new moves and come back home, you can beat people online. As you can see from the list here, there's over 40 characters. You've got a lot of your favorites, including Julia, King, Alyssa, but she's new. She's kind of like a robot android girl. She can take off her head, she can fly, and she's got like chainsaws from her wrists like Ash from the Evil Dead. And who doesn't like that movie? Personally, I like Bob. There's just something about a fat guy kicking ass that just appeals to me. It's like Rufus from Street Fighter, but only better. Now, as you can see from the footage here, the graphics look great. It's a little bit fuzzy when it's enlarged, but when you're watching it on the PSP, it really looks great. The animations are fluid, the graphics are crisp, and the backgrounds, as you can see here, are really nice. See the sunset glare and that. And as you can also see, when you do damage to characters on the floor, it actually breaks the ground, and that's a very nice feature or whatever. It doesn't stay, but it's still nice. Now what you can see is that the game is very combo oriented. Now it's not as dial-in friendly as the Mortal Kombats, but you can see there's still a lot of comboing going in. And a lot of the game is about comboing and moving freely and flowing from one combo to the next. As you can see, Zafina here, who's apparently fighting in molten lava for some odd reason, she's doing one attack after the next. And that's how much of the game is. It's all about punishing your opponent until they figure out how to get out of it. Now, there's several different modes you can play as. There's an arcade mode, which is basically like every other arcade mode in every other game, where you play a couple characters, you win, you start over. There's also a ghost mode, where you play against a series of opponents based on actual human AI. They're still computer controlled, but they've got the characters and personification of a human controlled character. You can also build your own ghost and teach it so that other people can download it, play it, and then basically they're playing you whenever you're not actually there to play them. There's also a challenge mode, which is much like the Soul Calibur mode in PSP version of their game, and you basically fight, but you have different criteria to meet. Now here's the story mode. As you can see, it's got a couple of hand-drawn animations, and then you fight a couple characters until you get to the end. Now one thing I really hate is the end guy here. See this big guy here? He's a big hulking hell demon. Now I can forgive a block of wood that fights and a giant punching kangaroo, but I draw the line at hell demon. And then once you win, you get your little CG cutscene. Here's Hayachi in space. And the game also has customizable features. You can, equip different characters with different shirts, different pants, different head accessories. But the thing is, they're only there for decorative purposes. They don't have no stat, boosting abilities. So basically what you're doing is paying for a lot of stuff that you're not going to really use. But, in the end, it's still a real fun game. It doesn't have a lot of the features as the other versions, the console versions, and it's more of a training game. But still, at that, it's a great training game and a great PSP game at that.